All right, just wanted to confirm the thickness here. So we're actually, it's looking like 5/8. So 5/8 thick. So that's definitely thicker. I'll look up the specs. I'll post them at the bottom of the video on this stick welder and the spec. I think it's 1/2 inch for the stick and for the plasma cutter. And then this thing, I don't think it goes over 3/8 maybe. So I'll look up the specs on both. I'll post them on the screen for the video. All right, we'll be back. All right, so we're gonna get these steel pieces cleaned up. The stick welder, it's gonna weld through some of this rust and paint, but everything else needs to be cleaned. So we'll just clean it up. I'm gonna run a few beads on here, maybe try to weld these things together. Little side note, Ryobi grinders, they suck. So I've got all Milwaukee stuff, but this is one of my first purchases, and I had a whole Ryobi kit. Terrible. Works better with a bigger battery. I got a couple of those. I'll try it out, but just a side note, Ryobi hand grinder. Go for the Milwaukee or DeWalt. All right, so with the stick welder, we're gonna be going with a 6013. I mean, please feel free to comment below. I think these are like kind of an all-purpose. I could be wrong, but this is what I got. So we're gonna give it a try. First try just doing a stick down the middle, see how it works. All right, let's just run a weld right down the middle and see how this pro power on board takes it. Pretty good. penetration, but not bad. So, I mean, it works just like it's plugged in the wall, which is nice. Put it to the highest setting in that stick welder, and it just made me reset. So let's try it again. I'm going to power it down a little bit. I just ran it again, and I dropped the power as well, so let's do it, drop it even more back to, I guess, where we were. So reset, and see how it goes. So I set it at 90 and it worked just fine. Didn't blow breaker again, ran another bead. So this machine can't run at full capacity, but it most of it. First time, like I said, I blew it at 200, then I had it at 116, and then I put it down to 90 and it worked. So let's try 100. so 100 blew it. So I'm going to try it at 95 and that'll be it. All right, so 95 was good. So, all right, we're gonna try welding this thing together, and then we're gonna try welding this thing together, these two pieces, and then we'll try the plasma cutter, and then we'll weld that stuff back together. Actually, you know what? Let's try the plasma cutter, and then we'll weld pieces back together. Let's go. Plasma cutter. Again, not high end. I kind of beat it up. I tried to replace some of this stuff, these tips, but we'll see how it goes. Let's change the setting. This easy. I mean, this machine, it might, you know, it's probably, I think it was like 600 bucks. I'll put a link in the, in the description to this actual device. I mean, it's pretty cool. Just switching between a plasma cutter and a stick welder. I mean, you can't really beat it. So we'll give this a try. You got an air compressor, so I mean, plasma cutting in the field probably isn't gonna work unless you got an air tank or something. But right now, I got it set to 31. It utilizes the same ground. These helmets are great, but battery dies and it doesn't auto tilt, so that's a problem. Alright, got about halfway through. Let's run this thing up. Let's try. Let's hell with it. Let's go full power. Shut it down. That sucks. Alright, so that did not work, right? So let's go to 45. Well, let's go to 40. See if I blow the fuse. Shit. Blew the fuse again. That must be amps. So we'll have to reset it. Let's set this thing to Let's just set it to 35 and see if that blows it. It's gonna take some power, more power than I expected. All right, I guess we're gonna try 30. And I'll upload all the power requirements on this thing. I thought 30 amp circuit was good, but maybe it runs off of 40. So let's put it right on 30. Let's give it another try. I don't think I'm gonna get through this whole steel, but I'll show you how much it got through. Blew it at 30. Plasma cutter's not looking good. Might be just too much. So let's go to 25. Alright, so plasma cutter ain't making it through these big steel pieces. I was able to cut the end off, but that's about it. So put a little dent in it. It's a little bit much, but I'll show you what it can do with something that more or less this little plasma cutter is made for versus cutting through 5/8 steel. So let's try this stuff. I'm gonna chop through this like nothing. So let's try. Switch this over to plasma cutter 32. I had my little welder going, so blew the breaker. I don't need to have it up as high as I did. We cut it down to 30. And I have a little welder running, so try that. Blew the breaker again. Man, this is a pain in the butt. You just turn it down lower. So it don't need that much. Give myself more room here. We're at 25 on the plasma cutter. I think it should be fine. So try that, cut through some unistrut, and that should be it. Short work of this 8-inch steel, no problem.
some of this. Got some of this unistrut. Should be no problem. Not pretty, but it can cut through it. Kind of a pain cutting through that. Definitely cut through the 8-inch like this. So I'll show you the 120 volt as well. I've tested it before and it didn't seem to work real good. So let me try out the 120 volt sensor. Alright, we're showing the power for the plasma cutter. Alright, we're going to try this 120 volt. .20 flux core welder. Try to clean this up a little more. Fluid breaker. So I tried that before and it wasn't working, so I'm gonna have to get an adapter from the 220 to a 120C, because I think that's a 30 amp 220 versus a 100 or a 20 amp 120 volt. So we'll give that a try sometime, but definitely does not work off your standard 120 volt. I think 20 amp outlets that are in the Lightning. So that's a little depressing. I figured that would be the best welder for this thing, but overall, the Lotus LTP DC 200 2000.
worked pretty good. Stick welder worked good. It's going to work good on probably up to 1/4 inch steel. Hooked up to the Lightning, I think it does 3/8 with it, you know, all the way up. I could only run it at about half power before blowing the breaker on the welder. And then the plasma cutter, it'll cut probably up to 1/4 inch as well. Took care of the 1/8 inch like nothing, cut through like butter, went through the unistrut pretty easily. So overall, I mean, it's usable. You know, it's not gonna, you know, you can't set up shop and work out of their truck, but you could definitely do some field welding with, you know, ATVs or something when you got your 4-wheeler out and Hatfield McCoy or something always breaks. You always need something to weld. Usually you put it away and ride with someone else, but maybe now you can fix it real quick or get a temp fix. So all right guys, appreciate you watching the video. Please like, subscribe, and share, and let me know if you guys leave any comments down in the comments section, any questions or anything else you want to see run off this Pro Power on board. All right, thank you.